We're Brent and Katie Beale, and we've been attending First Mansfield since fall of 2021.
It was just a feeling of connection that really drew us to First Mansfield.
Being a blended family and getting married last year, there were a lot of unknowns. And one of those unknowns was finances. How's it gonna work? What's it gonna look like? And it was really just a blessing that Katie and I kind of knew where we were at and what we could do, but the Lord, His favor and His continual blessing of just taking care of us. You know, when she first started teaching and what's all of this going to look like and budget and stuff like that, and we've never had to worry. It just happens. It's like the more we press in, the more He pours out, and it's just amazing how He does that continually.
We chose to make a commitment to launch almost as a no-brainer. I think both of us have experienced how the Lord works in our lives as far as providing. I think that it wasn't so much are we going to give as to how much are we going to give. It's a joy to me. I love giving to the Lord when I can, whether it be through the church or if I feel like He's leading me to help someone in a certain way. And we chose to make that commitment almost, like I said, as a no-brainer. Like, we knew we were going to do it. It wasn't a question of doing it. It was more of a question of, okay, how much, Lord? You know, You've done so much for us in our lives. Like, what can we do to help?
I thought it was neat too that we prayed together, we prayed separate. And when we came back together, our numbers were within the same. It was like, wait, this much? Are you sure? Well, yeah, that's what I prayed about, and that's what I feel. And so that was just, you know, some would say, oh, well, that's coincidence. For me, that was affirmation that, hey, we're going to challenge ourselves to do this. And it's been amazing once again. When I write that check, I look at it and it's such an amazing thing, because I'm like, wow, we're giving this to the Lord. And each month He just continues to bless more and more and more.
Through this process, through the launch process, I think that I've just been reminded of, you know, following through, finishing, completing things, tasks set before us. I know that in our lives, like, we face challenges or we make commitments, and sometimes they can seem daunting or sometimes they might seem overwhelming. You know, I had a time in my life where the Lord took me up a mountain, a physical mountain, to prepare me for a mountain I was about to face in my life, and taught me a lot of things through that. And I see this again as just another step moving forward, like completing that task, finishing the commitment. He is so sweet and so faithful to continue to give us reminders that He's still working, He's still moving when we feel like we're just checking the boxes or we're just completing the task. Like, there's something bigger on the other side of all of this. Like, there's something more beautiful, and He has that in store, and we can't see that yet, but there's something coming, and it's exciting to just continue the work. And maybe we don't always see it on this side of heaven even, but, you know, just knowing that the Lord is moving and He's at work.
Something that I just continue to maybe learn through my walk is that, you know, when I feel isolated or lonely or lost or anything like that, if I will just turn to Him and seek His face, He's going to show up. And most of the time when He does, it's big and you can feel it, and that's powerful.
I think whatever we're going through in our lives, whether it's completing a commitment or if we're going through some sort of suffering, or if we have a task laid forth in front of us that we feel the Lord is calling us to, but we just can't seem to figure out how to get there, I think that if we would just continue to take those little steps and just continue to make the next part of the commitment and just continue to do the next thing, that the Lord will get us there, and there is something more beautiful on the other side of all of it.